Hello, everyone. Welcome to your October overview video for numerology. My name is Christina Morier, and I want you to get ready for a really interesting conversation we're about ready to have. This is the 10 frequency inside of October, and what that basically means for all of us on the planet, is that we have this energy that we're living inside of, and we're going to be moving through this terrain. And hopefully, what I want you to think about doing is to consciously tap into this frequency of the 1 and the 0, which I'm going to be talking about in a second, in a conscious, proactive manner. It's not that we can't tap into this frequency anytime that we want to. With numerology and the movement of these cycles that we go through planetarily, it is more of an easy thing to do. There's wind at our back. It's like being in a sailboat, right? You're not forcing up against nature. You've got the support of the universe. You have the support of your environment to aid you in your effort to get across the finish line. These monthly directives that all of us have, regardless of our personal year, these monthly movements, it's like, I've explained this to you before, it's like jumping on a plane every single month. At the end of the month, you jump on a plane and you move yourself to the new terrain, which has different expectations, experiences, bylaws, rules, regulations. And so you're going to need different stuff in your fanny pack as you're trotting along, right? Like, I got to get from here to here, and I want to get from here to there in the most effective way possible. So here's the terrain that we're all in, the frequency of 10. And when I back it with your personal year directive video, or I'm going to tell you, here's what you need in your satchel in order to successfully navigate the 10 frequency. That's when you have your recipe of, okay, here's how I'm going to get the biggest bang for my buck and my effort as I move through every day in October. All right. So 1 and 0, they both are beautifully independent and steeped in magic and mysticism and synchronistic events. The 1 frequency is all about taking energy and doing something with it. If you have a 1 life path or a 10 life path, you know what I'm talking about. The need, the sheer raw need, because the energy is not stagnant, is it? Very little of our life is stagnant, even though we might think like that's a solid object or I'm a solid object. Their energy is constantly moving. And so how do you direct it in a really positive, proactive way that is connected to the individuation of who you are? We're all unique, and we all have unique forms of expression. And that is what you want to think about. What is uniquely tied to me? That is something really important to me, what I am and how I am. And how do I bring that out and express that in a way that makes me happy, and that it's for the best and highest good for me. So you just have to think about, you matter. This isn't about somebody else. This isn't about somebody else's opinion of you. This isn't about any of that stuff. This is about you. You as an individual who matters so very, very much, and how you are matters so very, very much. So how do we all get around all the entire planet? to support that, right? How do we do that? So you first of all, you have to think about yourself, right? For example, I am a pianist. First 25 years of my life, I was a concert pianist. That's what my focus was, music. And then for the next 15, 20 years after that, I just wrote music. Why? Because it's a unique part of who I am. And it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's me, right? I'm also an intuitive. It's my job. It's what I do every single day. And it's a unique part of who I am. So what about you guys? What about you guys? Now, the zero energy that backs that, zero is, this is the sweet, yummy aspect of October. This is where magic and synchronistic events and connection, community, we're all connected. Whether you believe that or not, it doesn't matter. It's a fact. We are all connected. It doesn't matter race, religion, sexual orientation and identification, demographics, socioeconomic. It doesn't matter. We are all connected. So when we tap into that field that is intuitive, that is sensitive, those two things have nothing to do with our three-dimensional world. And yet, if we brought that in, we would begin to move things in the most magical and wonderful way, not only for ourselves, but for the good of all, right? So it's sensitive, it's intuitive, it is also highly expressive, expressing for the greatest good again, you know, for the greatest good, expressing voice. And it is strong. There is a strength of connection that's an internal part where you're grounded into your intuition and your sensitivity. You're grounded into your unique expression of who you are, and you're good with all of it. You're so good with all of it. Oftentimes, what I've noted with life paths that have zero in their mix, 10s, 20s, and 30s, 40s, there's a couple of them out there, is that there is a physicality that is strong. They're just strong individuals, regardless if they're men or women. So, and very athletic, right? So there's an energy of strength in the physical body. When you have this coupling, what that basically means for all of us is it's time to get busy. It's time to pay attention. It's time to show up, and it's time to not just kind of go with the grind of life. So many things in our lives are repetitive, right? Our routine. We have these routines across the board of our life, that our life becomes repetitive, and we start to age in our minds because there's repetition. Well, what about the new? What about new for today? What part of yourself is asking to be expressed? Whether it's something that you're physically doing, if you want expansion in any part of your life, then that's where your focus is going to be. Where we put our attention is where our energy is going to flow. And so you're taking that one and that zero energy and you're going to flow it in that direction. Where we put our attention is where our energy that we have at our disposal before we put our heads down at night and we go to sleep. That's where it's going to go. I talked to you guys last month about cleaning stuff up. The 9 frequency is cleaning stuff up. It is the omega to the alpha of the cardinal number system 1 through 9. And that also includes internally, clean stuff up. Where do you need to let go? Where do you need to forgive? Because you're just getting more of the same thing over and over and over and over again. I want you to take this seriously. I would love if you did. And yet at the same time, it's none of my business if you do or if you don't. Right? So I know for myself, when I'm proactive about where I'm putting my energy, knowing that this 10 frequency is here, trust me, last week or last month, I came down with COVID. And guess what I did? I went, all right, I have an opportunity to clean things up. And I did. And I thought about all the places that I might still be holding on to blame or guilt or personal shame. Um, and I found some spots. And I went, okay, let's not do that anymore, because the only thing that's there is more of the same. And it isolates us out from community. It keeps us from living the life that we were born to live, that we desire to live. It keeps us from those places inside of ourselves that are just, aching to come out and be expressed. Yeah? I'm talking about this like I have an elbow. It is normal. I wholeheartedly know that synchronistic events and synchronicity itself is a thing, because I spend a lot of my time there. And when those things start to happen, I get so excited, because I know that fields of energy that I've generated are beginning to be drawn to each other. And I have the luxury of experiencing the synchronistic events. All right, so this is what we're running through. Lean into it. Embrace it every day. Embrace yourself every day. Be curious. Stay in curiosity. Stay optimistic. Stay present. Lean into it. This isn't a 4-month. This isn't a 7-month. Those are pretty heady, and require some babysitting. This is expansive. It's loving. It's new information. It's new energy. It's for your greatest good, and the greatest good of all. And it's connection and it's community. If I am going to give you because I've seen this happen before too, and we're probably going to see it happen in society, in one way, shape, or form, that there is the lower frequency expression of this 10 energy. And that looks like taking, if I just talk about the 0, it looks like taking the spiritual gift aspect of 0 and squelching it, denying the intuition, where you just know stuff that you're not supposed to know, right? And denying the sensitivity, because it's so uncomfortable to feel so deeply the pain and the suffering of others. And because all of us are survivors of pain and suffering and trauma in some way, shape, or form. And that's just, life is made up of a part of that, right? The measure of us is how we manage through that pain and suffering. Yeah, how do we manage it? How are we moving through it? And not to anchor into it, because that's when we start to identify with the pain and the suffering, and then we claim it as our own, and then becomes a part of our makeup and our personality. And that's not, this one energy right here is not connected to that. But people can connect it to that. And then, they kind of pivot off into a different field of energy, which is repressive and isolatory. And then their words become acerbic and caustic, and sarcastic, So there is this non-emancipated version. What would the word be for that? It's just not fun to be there, guys. And you don't need to go there. So this is the overview for October. And I'm going to get around to, in a minute, blink and a half here, to your personal year directives of how, whatever pin you're in, be it 1 through 9, are going to successfully navigate this new terrain that we're in for a short 31 days, only to move into an 11 next month, which is also going to be the magical energy of the double ones, and move into 1 2 1 2 3 frequency of December, which is also, again, we're in this surge. We want to take advantage of it. And the way that we do so, regardless of the pin that we're in, is we consciously shift our focus to not only being aware that this is all around us, doesn't matter where we go in our lives or what we're doing, but it is there to support us. It's cheering us on, go, go, go. We can tap into these frequencies whenever we want to. Again, yes, that's there for you. It's just planetarily, this and universally, this energy is here as a support of your unique expression of who you are. And it's gorgeous. Tell yourself every day that who you are is just deliciously gorgeous. And wow, do you matter? And you matter so very, very much. Partner, partner, partner. Yeah, if you guys don't meditate, I would start doing that too. I do it every morning. Okay, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and any questions or comments, you guys, you can put it right here in the YouTube channel. And we'll have a chat. Share this with your friends and your family if you're getting any benefit from any of this. That's, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm one of them out there. And if you ever need to talk to me, I'm over at 12listen.com. The link is right here on my YouTube homepage. All right, it's where I work as an intuitive and as a healer. Much love, everyone. And next up are all of your pin cycles and how to best navigate October and what you need in that satchel in order to get across the finish line with flying colors.